Hey, doing Jersey? Welcome to the Star Ledger Newsroom, Tuesday, September 23rd. We're going to start with two quick news items here, kind of connected. At least I'm going to connect them. First, the Record of Hackensack reports that taxpayers may be on the hook for millions of dollars in expenses related to an aquarium being built as part of the Meadowlands Xanadu project. That's right, an aquarium. Now, it's privately owned. This is not a public project by any means. And this comes after taxpayers have already footed the bill for $25 million for the Camden Aquarium when that was having troubles financially. At the same time tonight, and here's our second item, a hearing will be held in Camden County for Governor John Corzine administration plan to raise tolls on the Turnpike and the Parkway, and that is being done largely because the state doesn't have enough money to fund improvements and repairs on roads and bridges and tunnels. Money for aquariums, apparently, but not roads, bridges, and tunnels. Don't take my word for it. Check out both of those stories. They are posted on our news blog at NJ.com. All right. Speaking of controversial use of taxpayer money, our editorial cartoonist Drew Sheneman today tackles the issue and the controversies surrounding the Rutgers University football program. Kind of futilely trying to raise a ton of money to expand the stadium. You know, all these things are kind of coming together at once.
Right, you're going to have
all this bad news at once.
Well, you can end up having, end of the season, you can end up having a bad team with a half-empty stadium that cost $100 million. It's kind of a typically Jersey thing to do. After one good season, they just threw $2 million plus a year at this guy, and then $100 million on a new stadium, and there's no tradition of winning yet. This is not how big college programs build a big-time college football team. And I'm all for big-time college football in New Jersey. But what is it going to cost?
All right, thanks, Drew. And you can check out more of Sheneman's work at NJVoices.com. His blog and all his cartoons are posted there. Now, despite what Drew says and what he's writing, I don't think the Rutgers football team is quite dead yet. I think they still have some life in them. But a few more games like this past weekend, and they're going to have to be calling on the services of Carl Osterland.
Taxidermy is described by many as the stuffing of an animal head after it is killed in a hunt for display in your home. But for Carl Osterling of All Game Taxidermy, it is an art that he has been perfecting for over 30 years.
A taxidermy. So he's going to move the skin around and line up all the hair patterns and the muscles and stuff, tuck the eye in the clay, the nostrils, the lips, and then we start putting everything, just start sculpting it all together and preening it out and getting our finished look on it.
The actual skin of the deer is preserved and mounted over this artificial form, and the only other natural part of the animal are the antlers. Dan Dudekin, his apprentice, uses his artistic talent in working the deer skin around the mannequin. The other organs and tissues are recreated with man-made materials.
And do your clay work and stuff up underneath of there and sew him up when you turn into a seamstress.
Before the deer mount is complete, Carl works on making the hair and eyes look just right as he combs and manicures the animal to look as real as it can be.
And this is what we try to recreate underneath the skin, so it's anatomically correct.
My frog here has a bad hand. I wonder if Carl can help me fix it. All right, let's wrap things up by taking a look at the comments coming in on our NJ.com news blog, and quite a few people commenting on this story about taxpayers possibly having to foot some of the money for an aquarium at Xanadu. 1776 Liberty says, when will it ever stop? RC 1991, what's with the dates in these handles today, says the state continues its lack of support for higher education, yet has more money to waste on the for-profit Xanadu monstrosity. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, that wraps up Ledger Live for today. Keep in touch. Send us your photos, videos, emails, everything you've got. Shoot it to us at ledgerlive@starledger.com. And of course, you can always log on and sound off on our news blogs at NJ.com. All right, Jersey, take it easy.